What's up everyone? I finally am making a video about retrofitting the OEM LED taillights into my BMW 330 Ci. This will be part one of two. Part one will be me just installing everything, just installing the lights and the adapters and stuff like that. Part two will actually be coating the new LCM and installing it, coating the car to accept these lights. If you need help with that, you can see part two. But this video should apply to aftermarket lights too, just the installation process. The coating, not so much. You may need to coat it, you may not, depending on the aftermarket lights that you purchase. But in this video, I'll show you how to install the actual tail lights, the reverse lights, the adapters, and the back plates. These are very important. I'll go over in a second. I'll do a close-up of all the parts that you will need for this retrofit. If your car is 2003 or older, you are going to need a new LCM to even accept LED taillights so they don't hyper flash or any sort of weird flashing. I have a 2002, so that's why I need a new LCM. If your car is 2003 or newer, you will not need a new LCM, and you can just code them so you can you'll see that in the second part. So I'm going to show you guys a close-up of all the parts that you'll need for this retrofit, and then we'll get going and installing them. So I just wanted to do a close-up of all the parts that you will need. Some of these parts I got from the junkyard, some of the parts I had to do new, and some of the parts I had to buy from eBay. So let's go over what I had to buy new. You don't need these, but these are the adapters that plug in. So you plug this end into your stock harness that comes out of the car, and plug this end into the LED taillight. It's nice because there's no splicing. It says right and left on it. They're around $30 from BMW. As always, I'll put a link in the description. I highly recommend. If not, if you get it from the junkyard or whoever you buy them from, ask for this connector, and you can splice these into these different colors. You can see there's a couple more and they splice into each other, but you can splice them to do what you want to do instead of buying the adapter if you want to spend $30 on it. There are the reverse lights. You don't need new reverse lights. If you see right here, I have the old style reverse lights, but I'd like to update them to the newer style reverse lights. You also will need a new back carrier that actually holds the bulbs. There's a mod that you can put a fog light in here. I might be doing that in the future, but not right now. The next thing you're going to need are the actual back plates for the LED. Since you no longer have bulbs that go into here, you will need new back lights for the interior of the cabin. For the interior of the trunk, you will need those. Usually, sometimes people sell them, comes with them, sometimes they don't. The next thing I was talking about is you will need a new LCM. If your car is a 2003 or older, you'll need a new LCM coded to the car to be able to accept new LEDs. I think you need a software version 3.6 or newer, which it will say right here. This is actually my old one, because I actually had to get another one, so this is one of my old ones. And if you see my software, it says 3.01. I think you want 3.06 or newer. I will confirm that in the description and in my next video when I actually make the video installing it. So I went over these. The last thing that you're going to need are the actual taillights. There is a couple things about these. I would make sure, if you're finding them at the junkyard, that these seals are good. I got another pair that the seals weren't good. Make sure all the LEDs work. And the biggest thing is to make sure you have these back seals that come right off. Make sure they come with the actual taillights. I have them on both of my taillights right here. I have two new seals, not new, but seals for them, because the seals might be a little different. You might be able to use your old seals. I'll let you know if I find out throughout the video. And now let's get on to the installation process. I'm going to install the outer lights first, and then I'll do some before and afters of what they look like, and then we'll work on the inner lights. Alright, so you're going to come back to your trunk, and you're going to take this off. There's a push button right here, and it comes off. Right here, down here, tab, pull that out. And then you're going to have 10 mil screws. There's one here, there's one right up here, and if you pull this back, there's one right back there. It's kind of hard for you guys to see, but it's right back there. And just a 10 mil, and loosen them up, and I'll do a time lapse getting this done. It might be helpful to get this last one to pull the carpet out more. I know it's hard for you guys to see, but let me see if I can get right back there. If you can see, right there, it might be helpful to actually pull out the carpet. But now you should be able to push from inside here. You can see I'm pushing and I'm pulling on the outside, and the light taillight's loose, and it should just come out. Let me flip you guys around so you can see what it actually looks like when it comes out. So once the bolts are loose, this is the other image, so I'm just going to push from the back, showing you guys how it actually comes out. So kind of pull in this way, and it should pop right out, and you can see how gross and nasty this actual one is. You can see all that. I would take this time right now to clean out this whole area inside here. So I'll be back once I have that clean. You can even see I have water. I don't know if you can see, let's see if you can see that. I have water in my taillight because these taillights are leaking. The seals are so bad, so it's a much needed upgrade. So now once you have the new light, make sure the seal is on correctly. As you can see right here, the seal is on. And the same thing we're gonna do as we took it off. We're gonna put it the side closer to the actual trunk. That is going to go in first. You just have to look inside of it and kind of line it up. It's not the easiest thing to line up, I will say that, but it does line up. I did struggle quite a bit to get this one in, and I'll tell you the easiest trick that took me a while to figure out. I'm like, at one point I'm like, wow, these taillights don't even fit my car. They do in fact fit the car, but it's to take it and get the bottom part in, the bottom screw, make sure that's fully in, and then pull inwards, and now the whole thing goes in, and you can see. I gotta play with the fitment a little and actually tighten up the bolts, and I'll show you guys that in a second. So now we're gonna tighten these up, and you're gonna take those same original 3 bolts that you had and put them back on. So one is down here, one is up here, and the last one again is a little behind the carpet that you have to pull back and tighten that one up. So now I'm gonna tighten all these up, make sure the fitment's good, and then I'll show you guys how to connect these up. Now you don't need to go crazy with the tightening, but just enough. Now you're going to take this and plug in the adapter. I'm using the left adapter. It should only plug in one way. Look for the mark, plugs in. Now you're going to take the cable and plug it in. So now once it's plugged in, you're going to want to route it down. If you can see what I'm doing, I'm routing it down in these slots right here that are made for the actual taillight, so I can keep everything nice and neat, and these can tuck behind the actual panel, and that allows me to now, once this is nice and tucked in, as you can see it's tucked in, I can now take this panel that's right here, and it should sit in just like that. Now my lights aren't on. Let me see if I can turn my lights on real quick. And you can see the light is now working, and it's using these metal tabs. They're touching the light that make it work. So now we are going to move on to the top reverse trunk light. So to take the top off for these lights, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to pop these pop rivets. They're right in here. And to do that, I just took a plastic pry tool right in between it, and it flew right out. It's pretty easy to take out. Same thing on this one. Let me see if I can show you. Plastic pry tool right in between it. It's a little hard to do with one hand, but let's see if we can do it. You can see it popped right out. To mention that there is another pop rivet right up there. I'll show you on this one. It's right here. I did forget to mention that, but once you have it down, this piece sitting up right in here, sitting up something like this, and you depress this switch just like the other one, and it comes right down. So now that's out, same thing, there's a switch right here, it pops right out. And right up here, another 10 millimeter, see that? Right up here, right behind the light, there's another 10 millimeter bolt holding that in. So I will undo that and show you. So this piece comes out, and this is what's actually holding the light in right there, so you do need that. So now, I come down a bit, right there you can see, I should be able to just pop that lens out, and same thing, it's really dirty. I'm gonna clean that up, and I'll get back to you guys about installing the new one of these. Now, I should mention before installing the new light, make sure you really clean up the seal really well. So now, I actually have to undo this. The person that I bought these lights from actually included these pieces. Just remember that we're gonna put it in, it's gonna go in like this. So now we're just gonna take the light, place it, it sits right in. Same thing, this came out the same way, so we're gonna put it back in the same way. And that is going to hold, that's going to sandwich the light together. When I do tighten up this bolt right up here, I know you guys can't really see, but it's drawing itself in. The fitment of this is actually wrong. I gotta play with the fitment a little to get it to sit right. It's not sitting correctly. Actually, I think I screwed up, guys. I did. I put this thing in wrong. So I didn't actually want to bore you guys showing you how to take off the centerpiece, put this back on the reverse light. So I ended up putting back on the light, and you can see this is what it looks like now. It's kind of hard to see it's hard to see on camera the actual light output, but you can see the flickering. It doesn't actually flicker in real life if you see that. So that's what it looks like there, and that's what it looked like before. You can see how much better it looks with the LED taillights. I'll do some more actual footage of it when they're fully done, showing you what they look like and what the turn signals look like, but that is that for now. Now, I'm not going to show you guys how to do the other side, just because the other side is pretty much the same thing as the side I showed you one, and very easy to do. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? This is just for us now.
Never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right.
I just wanted to thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys have any questions about retrofitting LED taillights into your BMW, please comment below. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys really like this project. The next thing you should be seeing after this video is the actual coating process of coating these lights so they work with the BMW E46, so you don't have lights on your dash and anything like that. So that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.